carry this for a long time, I carry this anxiety. How will it work? Will people take it, or they just think it's a strange thing? It is so expensive. Not only am I worried about how to play for a mass audience, because it should be a big movie. That's like a pie. It's not. It shouldn't be our house, but at heart it is. How do I keep the balance? So that troubled me for a long time. I think it's playing well so far. It's very encouraging. The awards, and now I witness how they play, not in America but outside of America. I just said, Asia played a lot better than in America. They embrace different things. I hope here people embrace it, hopefully for different reasons. I think movie business is changing. I hope this is part of that change. From what I gather, it's really encouraging, but it's not like Avatar. I don't know. Go back to the first question. It's almost a philosophical question. I don't have an answer because it's still happening. But I think it is what I saw is very encouraging. It's heartwarming to me. And I don't feel as long as I felt for the last 3 years. I'm sorry, what was the first question about 3D?
De los 48 cuadros, ¿no?
Sí, please remind me.
Si te gustaría, ahora que ya utilizaste el 3D, hacer tu siguiente producción en 48 cuadros por segundo, ¿y cuál es tu opinión sobre este formato?
The 48 frames. When you have something new, you're communicating with audience with language that's not established yet. The most inspiring part of 3D to me is that because it's new, it inspires me to think, let me question how we see things. Because we have two cameras showing the same thing. That's a new experience, but the camera sees what it is the truth. It's like the second story in the movie. But how we see things is we put images in our head, and we see in our mind's eyes that associate with our habits. I think a lot of the new media happens. I think they may be a good idea, but because maybe it's been ahead of its time, people have not used to it. I heard the initial, I have not seen the 48 frames. It seems to be a good idea, because when I shot 2D with two cameras, when you move the camera, it's easier to catch up the jittering. It stutters. That's more prominent. But when I try to solve it, I have to open up the shadow a little bit so I can pick up more images. But when you do that, I pick up more motion blur. Movies like this. When you pick that up, it's very hard to see his eyes. When people in quick movement, constantly I have to rock the boat. It's in movement, I cannot see the actor's eyes. In a scene like the girl dancing, I have to ask her to slow down. She was like indignant. I'm a good dancer, I can do better than that, but I asked her to slow down, otherwise I could not see her eyes, her expression. It seems like 48 frames is a good compensation for that, but because it's more real, it looks more like television. And you associate television with mediocre to bad filmmaking. You associate the worst media, movie, with good filmmaking, with art. So in your mind, you don't like it. That's why I suspect. So this is a very tricky question. When you have something new, you always face that. Are you ahead of the time? I think 3D in general is like that. I think it's a great way to watch movies, because we do have two eyes. But then it's not life, what you see. It's not how you see movies. You cannot touch the screen. The existence is something you cannot trust. It's in mid-air. You're not associated that with movie yet, because we had 2D movie for 100 years. So many great experiences associated with that. So when you have something new, you're not so sure if you embrace it or not. So that's a philosophical question. I think 48 is a good solution of some sort, but maybe we have not adapted yet. But still, I have not seen it yet. It feels like a good idea to me. And this kind of thing will go on and on and on. I think we're in a transition. I would not say from 2D to 3D because I hope they coexist. Because 2D movie was so many great art. Our heart goes to it. But let's say that we don't compare this to let's 3D develop in its own way and see what happens. I think it's still early to tell. I think I'm in the frontier of that. I'm trailblazing, not frontier. That's why I want to keep trying. Maybe something work, maybe something fail. I don't know. But it's so interesting. Each time you go something new, you get into the essence of how we see things. You be challenged. You have to rethink things. I think that's really fascinating. It really puts doubt in your mind how we exist. It's like reading those existential books, like putting doubts in your mind. Why do we exist? Are we real? Is what we believe is real? Is actually real, or it's just fantasy in our minds? Then, if that's the case, are we really existing in this dream?
Thank you. Siguiente pregunta, Héctor Pérez, de revista Skyview.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido a México. Mi pregunta es, esta película es un viaje de autodescubrimiento, entonces quisiera preguntarle qué fue lo que usted descubrió sobre usted mismo como